The ace match will be played on Newkirk. Spawning in the bottom left-hand position, not in the lineups, but being sent out as the ace player. His name is Dong.
Also saying go easy on me because you know my ZvP is not the best matchup. His opponent from Samsung Khan. Trying to save Samsung Khan until the very last second so that they have a hope into making it into playoffs. His name is Jangbi, spawning as orange Protoss on the right bottom position of the map.
Yes. A lot on the line here. EGTL. If Dong gets the win, it'll help him solidify his ZvP matchup, give him confidence there, and put EGTL on a unprecedented 5-game winning streak.
And look at the record between the two players. Brood War 5-0 for Dong. Starcraft2, Jangbi 2-0. Dong.
Yeah, so pretty much you can throw out the Star 1 stats here because they're not going to make any difference in this matchup. Jangbi is going to come in here with a slight mental edge over his opponent, but you also have to point out that the mentalities of these players, I mean, they've been on the final stages multiple times. They know how to deal with the highest pressure situations and scenarios.
And remember, Dong just came home from DreamHack where he took second place.
Yeah.
So he played fantastic at DreamHack, and now he's back to help out EGTL perform a lot better before Pro League season is over.
Yeah. I guess the question is, how much time did Dong get to prepare for this ace match? And, you know, what's his condition like after coming back from DreamHack? Is he still jet-lagged at all? You know, did his skill deteriorate a little bit in between the flights and stuff? These are all things we have to consider that we don't necessarily get to see shown until the game is played out.
Now, just looking at the ace match record for both teams, they are 4-1 in the last 5 ace match games.
Both of them?
Yes.
Ooh,
and
nice.
the loss was actually 1 from Dong and 1 from Jangbi.
Huh.
So, recapping today's match today, I just said the word today twice. Hero and Alive took out Turn and Roro in set number 1 and 2. Cop takes out Zenio on Belshire Vestige. And then Oz takes out Shine on Naro Station, but Samsung Khan, they're not backing out without a fight.
No. Reality
and Jangbi takes out Revival and JYP.
If there's one thing that Jangbi is good at doing, it's fighting from a deficit in an unfavorable position. He can do it, man. All right, the Forge Expand has been spotted here from Dong. Just scouting, of course, with his Overlord. He wants to go ahead and take his third base as well. This probe trying to delay that a little bit. Not too much, though.
Only 50 minerals has been delayed.
No, not a big deal. Okay, so we don't see any gas or extractor from Dong, so he's not going to get early Zergling speed.
Well, he's going to gas as soon as you say that.
I guess so, man. Yeah, he's getting it a bit early, actually, but he's getting it after the third hatchery is up, at least.
So let's see what he's going to go for. Is he just going to go for the speed first, trying to harass his opponent, and then try to get, and then just take it to the layer, or is he going to use that for some type of different tech early in the game to snipe his opponent?
Jangbi actually playing a little risky here. He's got a normal wall, but Zerglings can slip in there if there's more than 2 of them, so that's something that Jangbi needs to be concerned about. Dong not going to punish that most likely. He's just making drones behind this.
Okay, let's be honest, it's kind of risky. If Jangbi just smells something different from Dong today, like for example, a lot of Zerglings streaming through, all he has to do is build 1 pylon and the attack is thwarted right away.
Yeah, it's a very risky double-bladed sword. All right, Mothership Core in production now. Jangbi also chronoing out his Stalker. This leads me to believe that he wants to be a little bit aggressive on the map here.
Oh yeah, he has to be if he's chrono boosting out the unit right now, because usually early in the game, Protoss players, if they're trying to play an economic game, they chrono boost the Nexus and get saturated on 2 bases as soon as possible. But chrono boosting out a Stalker is a little bit surprising, I have to say. Usually if the players even go for the harassment, they don't chrono boost out the units. But today, Jangbi, he's even chrono boosting out the second Stalker.
Yeah, and there's no Zergling speed yet. It's on the way, but still behind. Jangbi going to take a quick third behind this as well.
I like this.
This is really sweet. And you know what this build... Oh, Dong sees it. He sees the early third instantly. Oh, this could be really, really bad for Jangbi. I don't know if he's going to be able to actually hold on to that expansion.
Well, we have 12 Zerglings, so 6 Zerglings that just popped out, and 12 additional Zerglings on the way. So it's really up to Jangbi to set up the wall, get the cannon down, and get enough units to defend against the Zerglings.
Indeed he does. The Mothership Core and the Stalkers here are going to help buy Jangbi a little bit of time for the Nexus Cannon, at least. Zergling speed not completed yet, but getting there. 2 Zerglings moving over here, going to try the hack away at that probe, and that probe does get lucky and survive here. A lot of the Zerglings have been picked off there. 1 Stalker falls, though. A bit of a mistake here. 10 Lings in production, as well as a layer now from Jaedong, and, you know, I feel like he needs to deal with this now, otherwise the economy for Jangbi is going to get out of control.
Well, that's the reason why he has so many Zerglings just streaming through in the middle of the map. He's also trying to eat away on the sentry before the force field gets taken out, and also trying to draw out the force field. But 1 sentry takes out a couple of Zerglings over here.
All right, the Zerglings running forth as well. Once again, force field goes down, and Jaedong, he's going to be able to pick off the sentry over here, but the cannon doing a good job.
And the problem is he wasn't able to cancel the third base right now.
Yeah.
From Jangbi, and Jangbi already has a cannon over there. He's getting more units behind this. Even the second sentry is going to finish, and these Zerglings, they're just going to try to bust apart that Stalker and the Pylon, which is not going to work out at this point.
Yeah. I could see this working if Jaedong went for like a big Zergling Baneling bust, but in the current form, Jaedong, he's not going to be able to do any significant damage. And behind this, we do have a Twilight Council and a Gateway on the way here. +1 is about halfway done. We're going to see Jangbi go for a very big Tommy attack, I feel.
Yeah, he's going to go for the Blink Stalker attack at this point. We don't see a Robo. We don't see a Stargate from our Protoss player.
But this also means there's an Infestation Pit in production for Jaedong, so he could try to use this. He could try to use that knowledge to his advantage here.
Now, what I'm a little bit surprised is that Jaedong actually invested heavily into Zerglings, and instead of trying to harass their base, he's trying to sneak in the Zergling inside the main base, which is nice, because a lot of Protoss players, they send their units over to the third base, and sometimes they forget to build a solid or build a sentry to complete the wall at the natural.
Yeah.
But Jangbi, he's a solid player today, as he's not going to fall for any Zergling run by shenanigans from his opponent.
And the Twilight Council was also scouted. Swarm hosts on the way here.
This is smart. This is really smart.
This is perfect for Jaedong, because Swarm hosts are like the perfect counter of the Blink Stalkers in this scenario. There's no Robo, which means there's going to be no Observer.
No Robo, no Stargate means no detection.
Yes. Okay, so we do have the +2 on the way. 4 Swarm hosts are about to pop out here for Jaedong. He's also getting the Hydra range upgrade, really heavily focusing on these gas-intensive units, but he's going to have 4 bases up soon, even going for the extractors over there quite fast. The Infestation Pit is spotted, but will the Swarm hosts get spotted?
Well, he's going to know that something is up from Jaedong, either really fast Hive or Swarm hosts. But because of this, Jangbi, he's not going to press forward for the attack.
Double Robo.
Double Robo immediately. Best decision that Jangbi can make in this scenario is to go for double Robo, get the Observer and the Colossus out.
Yeah. So this has turned into a pretty interesting game here. Jangbi, he went for the fast third base, and Jaedong, he tried to punish it a little bit, but it didn't really go anywhere, so he just kind of wasted some Zerglings. Decided to go for a fast fourth base behind this, getting the Swarm hosts out as well, and 5 more in production. And Jangbi is going to, just go ahead and move through with this double Robo plan.
Now, with Jangbi scouting what Jaedong is going for, he still needs to be careful, because if Jaedong's Swarm hosts are out of position, all Jangbi has to do is blink forward, pick up the Swarm host, and just leave.
Ooh, we have a Warp Prism on the way here from Jangbi.
I like this. He's going to try to harass inside the main base, also knowing that there's no static defense back at the main base.
Yeah, and you're utilizing the new Warp Prism speed, and he's got Blink Stalkers as well. He could even warp in Blink Stalkers there.
Not too sure if he wants to waste the gas with the warping inside the main base right now, because his main priority should be getting the Colossus out against the Swarmos and the Hydras from his opponent.
Now, the one thing I am concerned about is this Warp Prism could actually do a lot of damage here.
Yes.
We do have Charge on the way. +2 is very close to completing. Robotics Bay as well.
But Jangbi still needs to be careful, because that's a really high Swarmer count right now. And he doesn't have any AoE damage. Only the double Colossus is being built right now, with Jaedong almost halfway on the map. Moving halfway on the map.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. All right, well, Jaedong's going for a pretty strong timing here.
He needs to save the Mothership. He needs to save the Mothership Core for the Nexus Cannon right now, with perfect force fields against the Locust and the Hydras to buy enough time to get the Colossus out.
Hydra speed is now completed, but the Zealots are going to move into Jaedong's main base right as this attack begins.
But he's going to buy enough time for the double Colossus to finish as the Zealots warp in inside the main base.
Jaedong realizing what's going on, he's going to pull ahead his units. Forward blink, picking off a few of those Swarm hosts there, and even putting force fields there. Excellent job from Jangbi, but let's not forget, Hydras are decent against Stalkers. The
But he bought
Zerglings
enough
as well.
time.
He bought enough time, though. That's right. The Colossus are out now, and Jaedong is going to be forced to retreat. And he also has to deal with the main base attack, too. Jangbi taking a significant lead in this game. The supplies, 186 to 171 in the Zerg's favor, but it doesn't even matter because we now have, I think, up to 13 Zealots in the main base. The Hydras moving forward, though. They're going to be able to snipe the Colossus down.
That was just a little unfortunate for Jangbi because that's the feature of Newkirk. If you get caught in that position, Colossus, they cannot run away well because of the assimilator. But also, look at the swarm host count right now. There's only 5. Jaedong is losing his main base right now, so Jangbi, all he has to do is defend this position, and he's going to be able to do so with 2 additional Colossus coming out.
The upgrades, the Colossus observers for the blink to deal with the swarm hosts. Things are looking absolutely fantastic for Jangbi. Forward blink goes down. He's going to be able to snipe off many of those swarm hosts as well, if not all of them. Jaedong now down 118 supply, 113 to 141. Jaedong also lost a layer in the main base, falling enormously behind his opponent Jangbi. I don't know if there's any chance for Jaedong to come back into this game.
It's really up to Jangbi to fumble his micro because there are 8 Corruptors coming out right now. But there's still a lot of Stalkers, and his opponent only has 13 Hydras against 22 Stalkers and 2 Colossus. The power of Yellow just kicking in right now.
It seems like the Colossus is about to finish that 3-3 upgrade as well as the extended thermal lances. There's going to be a lot of Corruptors, Hydras, and Lings in this composition here. I think this is going to be Jaedong's last stand. He does have a hatchery up here. That's going to be scouted, though, quite quickly, I think. And, ooh, maybe not.
Well, he knows that he's in a fantastic position right now because his opponent, he does have the Corruptors out, but that's all he has with the Hydras. No layer from his opponent means that there's not going to be any high-tech coming out anytime soon. And I think did the Infestation Pit inside the main base get taken out?
It
may be there, so I'm just going to assume. Well, okay, no. He does have the Infestation Pit, which means that there are going to be swarm hosts.
All right, 2 additional Colossus joining the fray here out to a total of 4, and the additional Blink Stalkers, the +3 is done. Jaedong trying to hold on here, but it's simply not enough. With the War Prism able to reinforce units at the front entrance here. That's going to be it.
That's going to be it. Jaedong doesn't have any army as Jangbi takes the game.
GG is called. Jangbi with a very decisive victory against Jaedong in the last ace set there. Keeps the hopes and dreams alive for Samsung Khan, at least for a little bit longer.
What's funny is that Jangbi was trying to go for a strong 3-base +2 Blink Stalker attack, but the +2 really helped him out when Jaedong decided to go for the Hydra's foremost attack.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Jaedong just can't catch a break. He always gets ZvP, and it's the matchup he's worse in, and just things don't really ever completely work out for him when it comes to that matchup.
And I have to say it was Jangbi who actually won the game rather than Jaedong losing because Jangbi played fantastic with the War Prism inside the main base, dumping all of his gas into Observers and Colossus immediately behind.
Yeah.
And also staying aggressive even when his opponent is pushing out with the forward blink, killing off 5 swarm hosts.
Yeah, you can tell that fast 3rd gateway opening, or 3rd Nexus from Protoss players, as long as they get the Nexus down, they can defend it. And I'm curious to see if Zerg players will figure out a way to deal with that, whether it be Banelings or a Master Roach timing attack, or just something to punish the Protoss players in that scenario, because once you get fast 3 bases, man, it's so hard for the Zerg player to deal with the Protoss.
But do note, it is also up to the Protoss player to get perfect force fields, perfect Nexus Cannon to defend against the Zerg timing push.
Yep. All right, well, looks like EGTL, their win streak has ended at 4.